Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk about my bike some more and why I'm not taking this bike on this trip that I've been planning. So after I put the new motor in, got it running, everything, I've been put a lot of miles on it. I ended up doing that trip down to LA, and I ended up making it down to San Diego and then drove the coast all the way back. And so I put just under 1,200 miles on the bike in 2 days. And so the bike did great. The bike made it there, made it back. The bike gave me no problems at all, other than it still has that noise. So after talking to multiple people and come to decide that it is the valve guides are worn on the exhaust. All the exhaust valves are worn. So in order to get those fixed, it is a couple grand, and I'm not willing to keep dumping money in this. And a lot of stuff I've read and heard is people have went through, paid $2,500 bucks to have it fixed, and then 6,000 miles later it was the same exact. And so it's just a shitty part that Yamaha has made. And so at this point, I'm not going to put time and money into this bike no more. I'm just going to be done with it. And my plan is to try selling it. Not exactly sure how that's going to go. You have to pay? How much is it? So what I'm gonna do is sell the bike, and well, I'm gonna attempt to sell it. This is what's gonna happen. This is gonna decide everything. If I could sell the bike and be able to buy another bike, then the trip can go on. But if I can't sell the bike, then I'm gonna be stuck. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen right now. So I'm gonna post the bike on Craigslist. I'm in the bike a little over 4 grand, but it does have the top end problems. And yes, it runs good, it runs strong, and it will continue to run with those valves hitting the side. And the tick is when the valve comes back up into the seat area, it's sideways and it hits on there, and then it moves itself back in, and so it's hitting and going up in, so it's making a tick sound every time it hits sideways, and then has to move over to finish going up. So it'll continue running like that. It could go another 10, 20, 30,000 miles running with that tick, but I'm not willing to go and take it cross country with that problem at any point. I don't know what would be the worst thing that could happen. Maybe a valve breaks or something, and that'll really destroy the motor. I don't want to risk locking it up or anything like that. So I'm gonna sell it, try to sell it, buy a new bike, and I mean, I'm pretty broke now from the start of this trip. I have about 7,000 invested so far, and I've pretty much run out of money. My original plan was to go buy a $3,000 bike and pretty much have a couple grand to get me up to Oklahoma where I have work lined up, and go to work for a couple weeks and then continue on. And I had work lined up in a couple places to continue funding the trip. And so right now I don't even have the funds to get started no more. So if I could sell this bike, I want to try selling it for $3,500. If I could get that out of it, then I'll be pretty good. And I'm not going to buy a sport tour kind of bike no more. I definitely won't be buying another FJR. I don't know this. I'm not happy with the bike at all. I mean, it's comfortable, and I did pretty good with that 1,200 miles I put on it a couple days ago, and it handled it no problem. But all the mechanical problems, it's not reliable. I don't want to be in the middle of the desert and have something go wrong, and yeah, just don't want to deal with that. I would prefer something, even a 600, like a CBR or something. Not quite as comfortable, but the bike is a lot more reliable. I've owned a few of them. They're pretty bulletproof. So that's why I'm thinking the route I'm going to take. Buying something like that, maybe even a 1000, and making the trip on an actual sports bike. So not sure how the next couple days are gonna play out and what's really gonna happen. So I'm not sure the next time when I'll be posting a video, but hopefully I can get the bike sold and pick up where I left off, buy a new bike, go find some quick side work, and make enough money to get on the road and pick up. It's already been a month since I flew into California. I was supposed to leave between a week to 2 weeks after getting here, but obviously this bike has been stopping me, and now my funds are pretty much out. So a lot is trying to hold me back from taking this trip, but I am pretty invested in this. And I sold my truck and everything back in Hawaii because the plan was to take this bike back with me, or whatever bike I bought, take the bike back with me, ship it over. And that was going to be my daily driver until I could work for a few weeks and buy another truck, or sell the bike and buy another truck to go back to work. And so as of right now, just thought I'd post an update and where I stand with everything.